So in this activity, you are going to complete two important consent forms. Consent means to give permission. And to participate in the LINC program, it is necessary for you to give permission for two things. So let's look at the first one, our Google consent form. So I'm going to left click on the hyperlink that says Google consent form. Now this consent form is very difficult to understand in writing, but I will summarize it. Make it short. We use Google Documents and Google Tools at Norquest as a way of helping you learn. So you have a Gmail account that allows you to communicate with the college. We also use Google Forms and quizzes and Google Slides. And your e-portfolio is made using your Google Drive. So Google is a very useful tool for us to use in our learning. But we need to let you know that Google stores its information not in Canada, but in the United States. And in the United States, they might have different privacy laws than in Canada. And so we are letting you know or reminding you to be careful with what you store in your Google account and to be thinking about privacy when you store things in your Google account. I also want to remind you that your information is encrypted or protected through passwords. And that's why we have secret, strong passwords to protect our sign-in to our Google Drive. All right, so once you think about this, we ask you to say, yes, I consent to use Google. And all you need to do is say, yes, I consent to using Google in the classroom. I understand that Google stores information in the United States, and that I understand that I need to be careful about keeping personal information in my Google Drive. All right. Once you click on yes, you can go to Save My Choice. Okay. And you just click Save My Choice, and then you are finished. If you need some more information about this consent form, please contact myself or the LINC IAs. Completing this consent form is really important for participation in the LINC online program. All right. So the next form we're going to do is the attendance policy form. This one's a little easier to understand. So I'm going to left click on the attendance form. And I'm going to ask you to read through it carefully. This attendance policy states that you understand that it is important to come to class every day, that you must attend 2 webinars a week, and that you must complete asynchronous work each week. You understand that if you don't do your homework, I take time off. We mark you as absent. You understand that you will need to contact myself or the Link IAs if you can't come to class. If you're going to miss class, it's for a very good reason. You understand that if you don't come to school for 1 week, you may be withdrawn. You understand that if you miss 10% of your coursework, so that's about 6 hours in the term, you may be asked to leave. And you understand that if you are withdrawn for attendance, that you need to register again. So once you have read through the attendance the attendance policy, you will say, yes, I understand the policy, and you will save your choice. If you don't understand the policy or you have any questions, please contact me or the Link IAs. We can help to explain it a little bit more. When you've done that, it will submit and you are done. And finally, the last consent form is for ESL Library. And so you left click on ESL Library. Now this consent form is similar to the Google consent form. It is indicating or telling us that you understand that ESL Library stores data outside of Canada. The only information that will be used in ESL Library will be your username and your password. We will not be storing any information like grades or personal information about you in ESL Library. Okay, so if you give your consent to ESL Library, you would say yes, click on it, and then you'll get a message saying that you have submitted your form. And so thank you. That's 3 forms that you need to complete. One is the Google consent, one is ESL Library consent, and one is the attendance contract. Thank you.